Welcome to the AI Sales Playbook Podcast, the show where sales leaders share what actually works with AI on the field today, so you don't have to waste time on things that don't. No hype, no fluff, not even any predictions. It's just real stories behind the most successful ways we have found that you can use AI in your sales team today. I'm Evelyn, one of your co-hosts, working alongside some incredibly excited AI agents today.
Sweetheart, time is money, so I'll be billing you for listening.
All right, let's get into it.
Everyone thinks I'm an AI wizard. I'm not. I just listen to the AI sales playbook.
Today we have Andre from Team GPT with an incredible use case of how we can vibe code our way to getting rid of the marketing org. All right, okay, let's say no hype, but you've probably heard the term vibe coding, vibe selling, whatever it might be, or maybe you haven't heard of it, in which case you haven't missed out on that much. But for this episode, where Andre is going to share with us how people in his team create some incredible assets that previously used to take weeks and maybe months, and you had to collaborate with the marketing team to get something out, and now you can do that in a couple of hours, and he's going to show us exactly how they did that in Team GPT. Let's take it away.
Okay, Andre, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name is Andre. I'm VP of Revenue at Team GPT. In a past life, I worked at Microsoft and WeWork and some other fast-growing companies. What we do is very simple. We're building a platform for marketing teams to create more content to kind of fulfill their own workflow without relying on 20 different tools. And yeah, building agents, building projects, building assistants for marketers.
Okay, Andre, what's the use case you're going to tell us about today?
So one of the use cases I want to talk about today is actually we had recently a new hire, Matt, and as an account executive, he came in, and one of the first things he said to the marketing team was, guys, I need a ROI calculator. I need to kind of learn how to kind of show more value and more of a platform based on data from existing users. And what we started doing, this has kind of enlightened us to kind of go on to solve this problem. Instead of simply asking the marketing team, we decided, let's host a hackathon and let's vibe code tools like this that can be useful for sales and also for marketing workflows. But speaking of sales workflows, Matt went on to create this vibe-coded AI ROI calculator. And I really believe that whether you're a marketer, whether you're a seller, like you need to be vibe coding. It should be part of your skill set in 2025. So we host these monthly hackathons. Matt came in, he needed this, and we organized this hackathon where we could create this.
Love it so much. One of the things that you always find as a sales team, you always have requirements for marketing, and you always end up being a little bit unsatisfied because it either takes too long or it's not exactly what you asked for. But what you showed us here helps you build it yourself, right? In span of the 2 hours, you have the calculator that you would have wanted.
Yeah, totally. And like you will believe, like there's some other people on our team, like they're building full apps and like they're just like pushing it through, and it's really, really interesting to see this trend. And like, as I said before, it's like, it's part of the stack now. Not only marketers, but also sellers, you're way more independent. And one of the things I was talking with our CEO maybe a month ago, a year ago, like creating such thing would have probably taken between asking, convincing engineers to do it and so on, will probably take, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. 6 months ago, maybe it became a bit easier with the first few versions of these platforms and probably would be done in a couple of days. And now it's kind of 2 hours are enough. and you're ready to go, and you're not dependent on anyone.
Andre, what's your very first step? How do we get started?
The first thing I'll do is I'll use our own platform. I create a little new project. I can configure it the way I want to. But the main thing, and I'll start by creating a PRD, so just meaning a product requirements document, so I can then insert on Lovable for vibe coded. So I'll simply paste create a PRD for responsive web-based ROI calculator for Team GPT that quantifies time and cost savings for marketing teams. Calculator requires minimal user inputs, generates blah blah blah. So you can see it here. I'll use Claude in this one. You can see some of the other ones I've been playing, Geo, AI Assistant, and so on. So you can see here product requirements document. It will give me the outputs kind of in the way it's more intuitive, and while it's thinking through. It will talk me about the technical requirements, etc., etc.
So typically where product teams would be building this in-house and working together with engineering to make sure these are correct, you're taking this whole workflow and just doing it through a prompt. And I guess on the screen now you're seeing everything that's about to pop up in the calculator at the end. Do you find yourself changing things? Or do you think most of the things are correct the first time around?
I sometimes change things, so I'll go here, and actually I can turn this into a page. And what I'll do is I'll cut out stuff I don't want, like product goals and so on, and I also can add certain things I want. If I wanted to do X, Y, and Z, I'll add it here. So there's a bit of in the first draft, if there's something that doesn't come out exactly as I wanted to, I'll typically edit manually. And then I'll come here and copy paste I'll copy paste and take it to Lovable.
That's awesome. So people just use this prompt, and then I guess you have this project requirements document in 5 to 10 minutes. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, much less, like 4 minutes max.
3 or 4 minutes. And then you get to Lovable. So Lovable is this tool that helps everyone build website just through natural language. But instead of you going there directly, you actually use another AI to prompt it. Why is that? Why do you find the results there are different?
I think it requires me, it allows me to brainstorm ideas and bounce some things off before in more detail. If I want to do a deeper research before I ask for the actually what's the PRD or the prompt I should use on Lovable to the Team GPT platform, I like to bounce off some ideas.
Okay, what's the next step here?
What I'll do is I'll come here to Lovable and I'll paste the prompt here and start working. And from here, I can copy and comment on the things I like and don't like until I get to the final perfect output that I'm happy with. So it took a few prompts, but we got there in the end. So actually, one of my predictions is going to we're not there into like you prompt and you get the perfect thing, but I think we'll get to a point in the next few years that is going to be almost perfect. And this is what we were talking about, right? Before would take 2 weeks to create something like this from engineers. Now it's salespeople in 2 hours, maybe. It's going to be 5 minutes from, I don't know, a baby, just creating something super simple in 12 months time. So curious to see how it evolves.
That is very cool. And from what I can see, you can also share that with somebody else from your team. So let's say I was part of your sales team and you build this over for a specific client. If you share that with me, I can come in and edit this myself to language. So maybe I have a different client I want to address.
Yeah, correct. You can see there's 2 people on this project, me and Martin. You can see actually Martin here, and we're going back and forth on this.
This is very, very cool. I love that. I think one of the most successful things I've seen in teams is when they start sharing things, right? So it's not just people everybody reinventing the ROI calculator,
But if you have one person that's created a very good prompt and then share it internally, or I guess through Team GPT, you can already have that as part of the library.
100%. So this is also the case on our platform. If I'm working with my colleague on something like this, even the first step, I can do it in our platform and brainstorm together. And I'll call it AI ROI calculator. And I can say everyone in my team can have access to it. And what you'll see here, I'll now be having an interaction with AI where all my team members in the company are present. I obviously can select some, but if I then go and prompt the PRD that we copied before, summarize this PRD, then all the other collaborators will have access to seeing this. So you can see, I can see everything that's being created by my marketing team.
Wow.
So you can see here. So it's a collaborative experience. Hold on here, like you have two people on the same AI chat. So it's exactly the same. So you can see Martin here, and then Martha is iterated on Martin's idea. So same approach. We believe that collaboration is the best way to learn. You can see what others are doing. You can improve their approaches. And we work a lot like this.
Time saved? Plenty. Next, the classic Find Andre moment.
Awesome. Andre, where can people find you?
I'm pretty active on LinkedIn. You can check out my LinkedIn. I think it's probably the only social media I use.
Okay.
Even though our Gen Z marketers are pushing us to go to TikTok, so you might find us there soon. But yeah, LinkedIn is the best place.
Playbook move of the week. Ship one asset. Give yourself 60 minutes. Use the templates in the show notes. No committee, just ship.
Well, look at that. We've reached the end of the podcast. Don't just sit there, sweetheart. Subscribe before I have to remind you twice.